If only I could turn back time.
Hey, what's up everyone, I'm Haley. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be trying to show you guys how to make your very own prop punt so you can have a good time with your friends. Let's get right into this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you how to make your own team settings inventory. So first up, you're going to want to have two teams. As you can tell, I have two different spawners, one with team 1 and one with team 2. In this instance, I made the props team 1, and so I named it props. That's what you need to do. And then you would make it team 1 or team 2, doesn't matter. And as you can tell, here are the settings for that. Most of these don't override because you don't have to change anything than the other regular settings. And as you can tell, that's all that there is. There's no settings that you have to tweak on this one. But in here, you're going to want to just drop the prop-o-matic gun, and that's it. So in the second team, which is the hunters, you can drop any weapons you want in this one. For instance, I put the suppressed SMG, the hand cannon, some small ammo, and some large ammo, and boogie bombs. But you can do whatever you like with this. That's personal preference. But the settings are a little bit different. So the team name needs to be hunters, and the team would be team 2 in this instance. And you can make them invincible, but I prefer to do this right here. The damage cell phone hit amount is like whenever they hit something with their pickaxe, this much damage will occur to them. If you don't want people to cheat, I put mine on 50, that way they get 2 chances, and if they cheat, then they get eliminated. But so on this one, you would change damage self requires non-zero damage needs to be no. Damage self target filter needs to be non-players. Damage self weapon filter and pickaxe only. And the elimination score, you can put it on 2, like how it is in the original. Next up, I'm going to go over the My Island settings. So I have the voice chat silent on all, but once again, that's preference. You can make it to where just the hunters can hear each other and just the props can hear each other if you would like. Teams, you will need 2. Spawns, you will need 1 spawn, that way they don't respawn after being eliminated. After last spawn, you go to spectator. The total rounds will be 2, that way the hunters can hide at one point and the props can be the hunters. The team rotation is every round, that way after the props hide and get found, they will become the hunter. The time limit is also personal preference. I put mine on 6 minutes, and that was plenty of time for my size of the map. All of this needs to be turned to off. Last standing needs to be on, that way whatever team remains, the old game will end. Join in progress probably needs to be spectate. And all of this, as you tell, allow out of bounds on and allow spectating other teams, yes. And that's what you need for the game settings. Go over to the actual game settings. The time of day, all of this is your preference. As you can tell in my island, I wanted to make it like a fog look for the tropical, but it's all personal preference. The starting health, I just put mine on 100 health. Infinite ammo is off as long as infinite resources, because I don't want people just to be the hunters to be spamming their weapons, and the infinite resources is off as well. The allow building is off, that way they cannot build stuff, and the building can destroy an environment, that needs to be on no. The environment damage off, pickaxe build damage none, and diamond out off, that way they don't get knocked after they get killed. The keep items eliminated is keep, that way the prop doesn't drop their prop-o-matic gun when being killed by a hunter. Allow on and pick up is no. Respawn time, that doesn't really matter since they won't be respawning. The spawn immunity time, I set mine on 0 seconds. I have fall damage off. Gravity, normal, drop fatigue off, squad redeploy, player flight speed, player names and location. I have mine on team only, that way the hunters cannot see where the props are. And here you can see the damage on self hit amount. You don't have to do this since you changed it in the team setting inventory. On the UI settings, you just want to change the display times to whatever you'd like. And the HUD type, I am on score, that way you can see it. I have the scoreboard win condition on score, the tiebreaker on eliminated and eliminations, that way you can still tell who is still left. I have the map display widget as the scoreboard. So that is all for those settings. Let's move on to the next part. Next up is how to make it to where the hunters cannot like come out to a certain point of time. That way the props have plenty of time to hide. And so here we are. You want to use an explosive device and a trigger. So right here on the explosive device, I shrunk mine down and just put it in this wall, as you can tell. The player damage needs to be 0. That way whenever the door opens, it doesn't kill anyone. The structure damage, I put mine on 1000 so it destroyed this brick wall. Damage indestructible buildings needs to be on. The health is 1. That doesn't really matter since it's exploding by itself. The blast radius, you want to put it on 0.25. That way it only destroys the wall and it doesn't destroy, like, for instance, the ground or a tree or something. The knockback is off. Explode in proximity range off. Ignore team for proximity, none. The time to detonate from game start, this is personal preference, however long you want the props to be able to hide. I am mine on 30 seconds because that seems to be perfectly fine for this map. The play audio sounds and the health bar is just your preference. It doesn't affect anything. I have mine set on off, but you can do whatever you'd like. Next up is the spawn pad. So here you can see the little room that I made for the hunters. I have signs that I meant to fix that right there. It says 10 minutes, but that's alright. And you don't have to put signs, but I'm here to show the spawn pads. So this part's really simple. So as you guys know, earlier when we did the team settings inventory, we picked the teams for the props and the hunters. As you can see here, the props are team 1, the hunters are team 2. So on these spawn pads, I changed them to team 2. And so every single spawn pad is on team 2, and you don't want to do the channel or anything like that. You can make it visible on or off during the game. That will not change anything. Over to the props spawner points, you can put these wherever you want. I put mine in the middle of the map, that way it's easier to go to either side. And as you can tell, it's the same thing, but instead of team 2, it's team 1. Last but not least, we have the coins. So this was kind of difficult for me to figure out, but I finally figured out how. You will need a trigger, as you can tell there, and a coin. You can find both of these under the devices part. Here's the trigger, and here are the coin, and you can change this to whatever you'd like. So first things first, we have the trigger. As you can tell, the trigger is channel 1. You want to put it on. You want to put the trigger before the coin. That way, this is channel 1. The trigger by player needs to be on. The trigger by damage needs to be off. The times can trigger, you just put 1. There's no delay or no reset delay. This right here is personal preference, the trigger sound, or the trigger like effects. I put mine on disabled, that way you didn't hear anything. The visibility in game, you turn it off, that way people can't see where it's at. You do not want to take damage, and it needs to be enabled when the minigame starts. Now, when it's this is the main part, the most important part of these settings, is that where it says when triggered, transmit on channel 1. That's what that needs to be on. So as you can tell, I actually enlarged mine. That way whenever they just walk over it, when they walk out of this wall, they'll walk over this. So on the coin, which goes with the trigger, you want to make the score 1. That way whenever people collect the coin, they'll get 1 score. And you can turn the audio off or on. The collecting team needs to be whatever team the prop is. In my case, the prop team is team 1. Consignment collected by needs to be on team. The visible to opponent team is until collected. The visible on game start is off. That way it's not there until someone walks on the trigger. Turn visibility on when receiving from channel 1. That's what you need to have on. Whenever that walks on, the visibility for the coins turn on and people are able to collect them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I hope you have a great evening or a great morning. Peace out.